Hi guys, we are back. Um I don't know how to explain myself for going AWOL for so long, but I am back. I'm better than ever. I decided to do a little bit of self-isolation, soul searching. At some point I figured that, I had to really know what I wanted to use this platform to do because I was more focused on TikTok and Instagram, and yeah, I have realized that I think this place is just for me to yap with you guys, show you guys some little lifestyle, but mainly to give you guys messages that come from here. So my name is Dieko Afolayan. For those who don't know me, if you are just joining, I would implore you to click the subscribe button. And if you are, already a member of this community, thank you for watching me once again. I really appreciate it. Today, we're going to be talking about growing and glowing and learning to embrace yourself and your individuality. So, what brought the idea of this video is I have been through a lot this year. It's currently September, and I'm about to resume school like in October. And this summer was a period for me to isolate. I think God just puts me in a period of isolation and allowed me to go through a lot of things in order to find out who I really am. I just decided to just come on here and then give you guys some tea and inspire you guys to also learn from my experience. Individuality basically means you being yourself, you embracing all the unique parts of you, you saying that this is who I am and you own it, you embrace it, and you make sure that that is what carries you throughout the years of your life. That is what individuality basically means to me. You may have your own opinion about it, I don't know, but that is what it means to me. Individuality is something I have been reading about, especially when this summer started, because it was almost like I had to find myself over and over again before I truly realized that, okay, this is who Dieko is. I am who I am. And it's just crazy because I am always the one saying, oh, you have to know who you are, you have to know your likes, your dislikes, and everything. But at the end of the day, I just realized that we all change, we all grow, we all have periods in our lives where something actually happens and then we change either for the better or either for the worse. But obviously changing for the better is much more positive. I'm going to be taking you through some points, but at the same time I'm going to personalize them to myself so that you can learn from my experience. In the society we have now, it's just a pity that a lot of people have problems when it comes to finding out who they are and they who they are meant to be and stuff like that, because they are so focused on this person is doing this person is doing this, so I have to do this, because you are seeing what the person is getting and then you also want to get that type of thing without actually thinking, is this what I truly want? That is basically it. I'm going to be talking about like the importance of self-acceptance, because this is something a lot of people need to realize. You guys already know I have feminine traits and everything, and I have struggled with that for years of my life. I have had to go through, years of bullying, years of people saying, "Oh, why don't you act like this? Why do you do like this?" And if you are coming from my TikTok, you would know what I'm talking about. My PA is here right now, and she she knows exactly what I'm saying. But yeah, my PA is also my cousin Oinda. I'll introduce you guys to her at the end of this video. Around last year, I think towards the end of last year, I started struggling with it a lot because a lot of things were happening, and then I figured out that people were actually looking up to me as a person, as a content creator and everything, the way I put myself out there and the way I carry myself. So at the same time I had these doubts because a lot of people were saying, oh, you are feminine and everything, is this who wants to become a future leader and everything? Because you guys, if you know me well, you would know that I am not limiting myself to being just an influencer. No offense. But then at the same time, it's just like I had problems with owning that, oh, yes, I am truly feminine. I am, who I am. I can't change it. I was literally born that way. And if you ask my parents, they would also tell you the same thing. Self-acceptance is you basically accepting that this is how I was born. These are the gifts that God gave me. These are the flaws that God gave me. This is my life, and the only thing I can do is to make it better and use what I have to get what I need. That actually goes in a lot of ways, and a lot of things are coming to my mind right now, but like at the same time, let's just focus on what we have today. I have just come to the fact that I am who I am. There's nothing anybody on this earth can do about it, because with how feminine I am in quotes, and I don't fit into the norms of the society. When you are backed up by the Holy Spirit, and if you guys notice, I've been talking about God a lot, like I have been centering God in this video. I have this confidence that there is nothing anybody on this earth can even do to change who I am, or do to make me sad, or do to make me feel hurt about myself, because I have accepted that people are always going to talk, but what I'm focusing on is the reward that my Supreme Father has to give me. Before I go to the next thing, during my period of self-isolation, because it was a very tough time for me, it was throughout the month of August. I was sick, I wasn't doing anything, I felt so useless and restless. It was just crazy, and I just had to realize that, okay, maybe this is just God making you realize a lot of things, and he did. Like, I can't believe I changed so much in the span of a month, that the way I even radiate myself now, a lot of my friends have even told me that, oh, I've sensed you're happy, I've sensed this is going on with you, I've sensed that you don't actually care anymore, you are just so calm. Like, I have become so calm in the fact that, like, I think I found my inner peace within myself, and that is one thing I'm so proud of, because I have been through it. Like, I've seen shege, premium shege. So because of that, I have realized that, okay, yeah, it's time to actually boss up, and it's time to clock some people's tea and make them know that, okay, you don't know who you're playing with. Like, you don't know. Anyways, now we're going to breaking through from comparison, and this is just this is a topic that I have wanted to talk about so much, because I have been through phases of comparison in my life. Comparison from the regular African parents, comparison from people in the society, especially since I became popular. And if you know me well, you would know I come from a family of people who are film enthusiasts. So you have actors, you have my dad, the filmmaker, you have my sister, you have my uncles, my aunts, everybody, like almost everybody is like into film and everything. But I just decided that I want to be different. I want to just find my path, find my calling, find what I want to do. And I have started doing that. I realized that, okay, my calling is not the same thing as my the regular, the usual, the the normal standard that people expect from me as a member of the family I come from. I have had to struggle, because there was even a time people were calling me the black sheep of my family, because I wasn't doing anything related to film. I wasn't enthusiastic when it came to film. I just hope all this my big English is enough for you people, because a lot of people have made it seem like people who actually try to be composed on camera are being fake. But this is just how I am when it comes to talking and when it comes to being serious. But then yeah, it's just like, I don't think you should actually compare yourself to people who are also finding their own path, because the society we live in has contributed to this, because people make it seem like, okay, this is, if you're not doing this, you are not normal. If you're not doing this, you are not okay. If you're doing this, if you're doing this, if you're doing this, okay. And it's just like, it's very irritating. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but then it's just like, cannot allow your life to be defined by the likes, the dislikes, the the traits of another person and the characteristics of another person and their life, because the more you do that, you will lose yourself in the process. You won't find yourself, you won't enjoy your life, you would not be happy, and you would die of depression. Anyways, so yeah, as I was saying, you die of depression. I'm actually serious. Like, you won't have a stable life. Just like you saying, okay, because I want to be like this person. Like, now, I used to remember when I was little, I used to want to be like, as some movie characters that are obviously like, they are male but they are feminist, so like I just used to like relate to them, and I'll be like, oh, I want to be like this person. I want to be how confident they are. It is good to want to be like, have good aspects of a person's life, but I just realized that, okay, it was actually becoming an obsession, because I would try to act like them, I would try to do like this, and it was not even, this one was not even like limited to just one gender. It was related to like a lot of people. Like, I used to be say I want to be like this person, I want to be like that person. I just don't want to mention names before you people use it against me. It just turned out to be like an obsession, because I was always checking their pages every day. What are they doing? So that I would do it like this too. Got to a point, and I was like, why are you not doing your own thing? And then I started listening to podcasts as well that made me change my mindset of some sorts. So that one also helped. And also, reading the Bible also helped as well, and praying, because praying also helped me to realize that I limited myself to people in the world. I did not even go to the person who created me and asked him that, okay, what is it that you think I am meant for? What's help me to define what my purpose is in life? Help me to, do this, help me to go about my life and everything. I just felt like so out of place, out of, control of, everything that was going on in my life, every aspect. Obviously, we are meant to leave things that we cannot control, but I could not leave that aspect of my life where I was focusing on the lives of other people, and I was looking for how to act like them or how to do things. And I realized that even when I tried to do things like them, I never achieved it. Like, it was so crazy. I never actually achieved what I wanted to achieve. And it was like, okay, if you are not achieving it, are you sure you're okay? Like, are you okay? Why can't you focus on yourself and do what you have to do? Do your own thing. Be their call. Be who you are meant to be. So yeah, don't compare yourself to other people. You'll just ruin yourself in the process. Like, be who you are meant to be. If this person is rich, you don't know how they get their money, but it doesn't mean, okay, they are necessarily getting their money from bad things. It's just like, that isn't your calling. Like, the way they got their money might not be the way you got your money. I don't know if I'm actually, speaking facts. Maybe I'm just speaking rubbish, but I just have this, process where things just come into my head, and then I just start spitting out wisdom. If you're on my Snap, add me on Snap. You would know what I'm saying. The next thing we're going to be talking about is like overcoming fear of judgment. I'm going to be using myself as an example throughout this video, so you guys just sit tight so that you'll be able to enjoy it more. I would actually bring up a time where, the time when I first started, posting on TikTok, my first hate comments, I can't even remember what the person said. I think the person said I was like James Charles or something. And that time, like, I was not fully accepting of myself. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do or who I was and everything. So I just felt so bad. I deleted the comment immediately, and then I was like, ah, Jesus, what if somebody saw that? What if, I was so scared of what if people saw. That was what I was so scared of. It got to a point where TikTok has this like settings that you would be able to filter comments, filter what you don't want people to say to you. I think I had over 20 words in that like section, like in that setting. And when I went back to check it, by the time I came back to my senses, when I went to check them, I was laughing, because it's like, okay, for example, now let me even be raw with you guys. For example, now somebody called me gay. There are many ways like someone can call you gay. They can say, oh, ọkùnrin tó ṣe bí obìnrin. They can say fag. They can say, oh my god, I don't think I'm meant to say that on YouTube. They will cancel me. They will say so many types of things, and then it's just like, I didn't know how to feel. Like, I just felt so bad. Like, I felt like I wanted the ground to open and close me. Like, it was so crazy. I used to journal. I started journaling like, earlier this year. I used to journal years back, but then I stopped. But then when I started again, and then I started pouring out my feelings, and then I started praying to God, and telling him that, oh, this is what is going on and everything. There is this Bible chapter. There's this passage in the Bible that I think Romans that talks about like judgment and everything, how people judge others, but then they are also doing their own. It's like you now, you are saying, okay, somebody is sleeping on the floor on that bridge, but you are doing a share one. At the end of the day, it is 2K that are paying you. But you don't want to tell people you are doing fake life, you are going to restaurants, you are taking pictures, you are doing, oh my god, I sound like I'm giving shade to somebody, but I'm not. Don't worry, everything is fine. You can't be judging others when you also have your skeleton in the cupboard. It's just crazy. So that's what I realized, and that was what made me change my perspective on being judged. When I removed the filters, there was an outpour. It's like people were seeing my videos, but because of the filters and everything, they could not say what they wanted to say. But then as I started posting more and the filters were removed, oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness, it was like a dam just burst like, open, like it was like a dam exploded. Like people were saying all sorts of things, and if you're on TikTok you would know, because if you check my comment sections, like I had my friends coming to meet me, oh are you okay, I've been seeing the comments on your video, why don't you filter them, why don't you delete them, why don't you turn off your comments? And I was looking at them and I was like, even if I do, if these people will still have that opinion of me in their heads, and it's not something I can change. You can't change people's opinions of you, and that is something that you need to accept in your thick skull. They posted me on Yaba Left. I think I made a YouTube video about that, of how, like, I'm taking my life back and everything. I didn't even take my life back then, no. My life was not taken back then, no. I still felt so bad. I felt so irritated. Like, I felt so irritated by people. Friends were there. Some, fake ass people too were there. They were just, saying all manner of stuff and, like, oh, you'll be fine. Don't worry. Just calm down. I was literally shivering because I didn't know what to do. I was like, what will people say? What was going on? People texted me, even my influencer friends texted me, like they were just also worried because they were like, how did it escalate so much? And I remember the video I posted. Okay, so if you know me well, you know how curvy I am, and you know that yes, I have a voluptuous derriere. It was an outfit that I wore to perform at my school, and it was like, very slim fitted. So yeah, I understand why they were all ravaging. People said I did BBL. People said I wore hip pad. That is how people do when they're abroad. I was not abroad. I was in Lekki, like bro. Like, I didn't know how to feel, but at the same time I was just like, well, fuck it. I'm not going to allow myself be a victim anymore. And then that was when I even started to decide to start working on improving myself and elevating myself and everything. We'll get to that. Not be judged by people who also have skeletons in their cupboard, who also have dusty skeletons in their cupboard. In fact, they'll probably have calabash in there, they have drugs in there, they have a lot in there, but they are not ready to say it out because they know that if they say it out, the way they would be judged is probably worse than you would be judged. I'm just trying to get straight to the point. I don't want to go into deep. You also learn to be confident in yourself, and I'm talking from the fact that you should be confident in yourself when you know that, okay, this is who I am. This is like you are accepting yourself completely, and even if anybody is going to judge you, they can only talk. I also took my time out to watch my role models as well, watch how they achieve their dreams. Not that I was comparing myself to them, but when I make you my role model, I make you my role model because I see some aspects in you that I would actually want to emulate to, make myself better and everything. So yeah, I was watching all that, YouTube, listening to podcasts on Spotify, just reinventing myself and focusing on how I can make myself the best version I can be. So that is what my personal growth through self-discovery was defined by. So, like I said, I am growing, I am glowing, I have changed a lot in the past, 1-2 months. There are a lot of things I see now and I'm just like, well, it's a pass. And there are a lot of things I see now and I'm like, okay, I'll take this up, I'll take this challenge up. I'm more challenging, I'm more daring, I am more calm about situations, and I am more focused on my Heavenly Father, which is God, because He is the one that has brought me to where I am now. So that is what, that personal growth is defined by. So you are the one who is going to define what your personal growth is. Maybe you had this whole flaw of or these habits that you could not even handle anymore, and then you left it, and then you moved on to the next, and you made yourself, it's like you growing out of stagnation as well. It's like you growing out of things that you used to do before that did not favor you or did not add value to your life, and then you are looking forward to going towards the better ways. To be talking about setting boundaries and protecting your energy and protecting your peace. This is a topic that if they bring it to me as an exam, I would write 6 pages of it and I would still want to write more. Why? Because I have had several experiences from family, from friends, from outsiders when it comes to setting my boundaries and protecting my peace. Now, I would use various things as examples. So it's like somebody, maybe you're at an event now, and then maybe a family event, maybe your cousin is getting married or something, and then you see this African auntie and she's like, oh, you have lost weight, oh, can you call, you have added weight, oh, why are you looking like this? You know how people are, and then they would just obviously want to point out something in your body that you say, if you're like, auntie she moron she, did I send you to talk? A lot of people in our society do not understand boundaries. I feel like they need to, because it just makes us to deteriorate as a society. It doesn't add value to us as well. And the main topic of this is Nigerians. You would see Nigerians on TikTok, you would like on TikToks of other people from other races, obviously, and they're like Okotoriba, or you'll be like any Nigerian here, and then you would know that from that any Nigerian here, you would obviously know that they want to say something that is so stupid and so condescending, stuff like that. And the thing is, when it comes to things like that, you need to learn to set your boundaries. You need to make people know that I am not this type of person you can joke with. I'm not this type of person that you can do this with. Like the way you carry yourself is even going to make them know that, okay, Diego is not the person that you just go and meet him and you think that you can just talk to him anyhow. He will change it for you, or he will just walk out on you like and make you look stupid, that type of thing. So you have to make sure that you set your boundaries, you protect your peace. Anything that does not serve you, anything that is giving you mental stress, anything that is making you feel like you are not doing enough, anything that is, devaluating your self-worth, I think you should move on from it and move on to the next and move on to greater purposes for your life, because I do not see how anybody would say, oh, you are not doing this, you're not doing this right, or they think they can tell you what to do. Some people tell us what to do because, okay, they care and everything, but some people tell you what to do because they think you don't know what you are doing. Oh, they have this inferiority complex that, okay, I am the one that can lead you to where you want to be, that type of thing. And it is understandable. Not everybody has proper mental status. A lot of people have mental problems, which is fine and good, but my own is, don't bring that thing near me. Don't bring your bad energy towards me. I am going to set my boundaries right. You have no right to do this to me. I deserve the respect I I earn from other people. And if I earn respect from other people, I see no reason why you should not respect me as well, because I give myself self-respect and I respect myself when it comes to how I relate with people. Period. Another thing about protecting your peace is also making sure that you have a lot of standards are set. And when your standards are set, when you are able to protect your energy so high and you're able to set your boundaries so high, there is no one on this earth, maybe the most daring people on earth that don't, that as like I said, mental problem, maybe they're the ones that will want to, okay, say, let me just try and make this person's life miserable. Maybe that's a different thing. But then you saying that, okay, this is a standard I'm setting for myself, I'm not going to allow anybody to go past that standard. I'm not going to allow myself to be ridiculed by anybody. I'm not going to allow myself to, you know, um, get to a point where people think they can disrespect me anyhow. I am definitely not going to allow that. So you set your standards and you know what you want for yourself, so that nobody would, dictate what you want for you or define who you are when you already know who you are, basically. So we're going to be talking about elevating yourself as a person, as an individual, and this also deals with embracing your individuality and embracing who you are. So elevating yourself basically means taking yourself to high levels, improving yourself. It's basically self-development, self-improvement, improving yourself in aspects of your life that were not developed before, making sure that, okay, this is a flaw I have. How do I better myself? How do I get better at this thing? That is what elevating yourself is. And there are various aspects that you could elevate yourself. You could elevate yourself in the way you look. The way you look is very key aspect of elevating yourself, because when you walk into a room and you know how you look good, you smell good, you look classy, you look elegant, you look like, okay, I'm here to take the reins. You look like, okay, I am here to shine. You literally shine and people feel you radiating. That is you elevating yourself through your looks. And this can be gotten through, like, proper hygiene. A lot of people think they are, the shit, but you cannot even, like, embrace proper hygiene habits. You don't brush your teeth properly, you don't have your showers properly, you don't even comb your hair properly, you look all scrappy. If you think people are going to respect you that way, then I don't think you should be, I don't know. It's okay to be to be, how will I say it, nonchalant about how we look sometimes. But then if it comes to a point where you want to dress how you want to be addressed, then I don't think you should be looking forward to the scrappy type of dressing. You can also elevate the way you smell. Look for scents that you know that would be your signature scents. Look for good scents that you can afford. Don't go and, do what you're not meant to do because you want to collect perfume. I didn't say that though. Dear God did not say that. But I'm just saying, look for scents that, are pleasing, that are appealing, that even when you enter, they know that, okay, this is a good scent, this person smells well. Invest in proper hygiene. Buy products that actually contribute great things to your body, great things to your mind, great things to your soul. Save so that you would be financially free. To have financial freedom, you have to save, you have to invest. You can start a business or a skill. You can develop a skill that you can even use to earn, like, little change for yourself. Start working towards, your freedom. And freedom, it does not mean, oh, you get to do anything you want. It's almost similar to that, but even when you get to do anything you want, there are some choices that you make that will destroy you. So it is just like, do it in a case where the kind of freedom you would get, you would have peace, you'll be surrounded in abundance, and you'll be surrounded in love and happiness. That is just basically it. So elevate yourself, educate yourself, eat good, enjoy your life, read books, listen to things that actually purify you and motivate you and empower you. And the most important thing is, which I will make the last topic now, is hold on to God very tight. Make God your best friend. If me, I already know I am glowing, I am radiating so much positive energy because I have had periods with God where I'm like, this is my life, you own it, and whatever you want to do with it, so be it. And He has made me realize that I have a very high calling that I do not even realize yet. But then, as time goes, I would realize, people would realize, and everything. But then, make God your first priority. Just be yourself and don't allow anybody to define who you are. That is the main message of this thing, because you are defined by God, and you are defined by what you do with yourself, and you are defined by the actions you take, what you take in, and what you put out there. We've come to the end of this video. I thank you guys for listening to me yap. I'm going to do a lot more of this because I think that is what I made this platform for. Apart from the whole lifestyle thing, I don't think I'm really good at that as much as I am with yapping on here. But if you want to see more of lifestyle content, I am a creator on TikTok. I post on Instagram. Instagram is more fashion and stuff, that's just like me living. But for TikTok, that is where I post more engaging content. So, and do me a favor, subscribe so that I can be earning in dollars. You don't have to anyways, but then still, because a lot of more videos are going to come out, a lot of more inspiring videos, a lot of videos of me basically living life. So yeah, stay tuned, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Bye guys.
But it feels so